The Team Lally Show was previously recorded.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, Adrienne Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, you can reach us at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
So, hey, everybody, this is the art part of the show. Attilio's Random Thoughts. We'll get right straight into it. There is a preschool in Kailua. I think it's called what's it called? Sunrise? I think it's Sunrise.
I think Sunshine, maybe?
Sunrise, Sunshine.
We've had them on the show before.
She sells sunshine by the seashore. I feel like it's like anyway. If you Google it, you'll get to it. Anyway, it's been there for quite a long time. My understanding, it has a connection to PSI, Personal Self-Improvement Institute, which is an ongoing course every 6 weeks in Hawaii that's all about the inner journey, making you a better version of you. Anyway, some graduates from this program decided we need to affect adults' programming, their positivity, their achieving for goals, just the whole attitude and the mindset as early as possible in their development. And preschool is pretty early, unless you're going to be like talking to them while they're in the tummy. But so they came out of this graduate course and they decided to get the school started. So it was started by LS grads, my understanding. This is a leadership course that you take with PSI. And it was all about just creating an atmosphere with teachers, with a board and everything that allows these kids to have early education where the culture and the mindset of the education base there is all about being optimistic, being positive, going after your dreams. The only limitations you have is you. And right now they have a waiting list. And so one of the concepts that they teach us in PSI is that if you want to receive things in your life, it's like a circle. You got to make room for it by giving. And giving is not like reciprocal, like I give you something, you give me something back. Latin for that is quid pro quo. No, not that kind. This is more a higher level, more like what Buddha would think, what Jesus would think, Oprah, Tony Robbins, Mohammed, that when we give, it allows us to create space in ourselves to receive, and you cannot receive unless you're giving to make the space. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect sense.
Our team is going to go do a service project out there because these educators are focused on taking care of these kids and they don't necessarily have the budget and they're not charging like $20,000 a year. They're still keeping it affordable for these working families to have their kids, these preschoolers go there. So Team Lally, we're going to go out there in March and we're going to go clean up the place and go paint and clean and clean some more and paint some more. Why? Because givers gain, and that's who we are as the leaders of this group, and this is what our culture is with Team Lally. Givers gain.
Okay. Well, that's a wonderful Attilio's Random Thoughts.
Yes.
To share with our listeners.
Yes.
And I have a review that I want to share. I have a review. This is.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
And then I want to talk about what Google has been doing with their reviews after you share this review.
Yeah, this review is from the Don Vincenzo.
What is he like with the mafia?
I don't know. It's all one word.
That's one word?
Yeah, I have known Alicia for more than 30.
Like, it literally says the Don
Vincenzo.
When I work with Team Lally, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I've known Alicia for more than 30 years, and I couldn't imagine working with anyone else but her. She cares and will do everything to help her customers win. She's the best, and Team Lally Hawaii Real Estate is impeccable.
From this point forward, can you refer to me as the Attilio?
The Attilio.
Hi, I am the Attilio. That makes it sound like there's only one. And you know what? There's 9.
Like Tigger?
Yeah, Tigger. There's only one, and You know what? There's 9 billion people on the planet. But before we get to the deal of the week, I want to talk to you business people out there that may be like, hey, yesterday I had 500 Google reviews and I woke up this morning and I had 312. What happened was Google created this algorithm that said, and don't quote me on this is some of the things, but what they're doing is going through and scrubbing everybody's reviews. And for example, someone actually, as a client, had an awesome experience with us, but if they only created the Gmail account to go leave the review and didn't have any activity or something like that, or 120 days, I don't know what the algorithm said, then that review disappeared.
They scrubbed it out.
It doesn't mean that we didn't provide a high level of service. It just says, Google, we're going to scrub all of these and we'll throw the baby out with the bathwater. So we did go from like 730 5-star to like 630. So we probably lost like 100 reviews. But the good news is that we still have reviews in there that are an accurate representation of the high level of experience that we provide. Don't take our word for it.
Go read them.
Go read the reviews. Did you want to do the deal of the week?
We can do the deal of the week later.
We can do the deal of the week later.
I want to talk about, we've got 4 open houses that are happening.
No way.
Yes.
How many?
4.
4, quattro.
Yeah, so Sunday, February 16th.
Sunday.
From 2 to 5.
From 2 to 5.
So the first one is in Waianae. It's actually, well, this one is a special time.
Yeah.
It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
How come?
I don't know.
We don't know.
It just is.
If you go Sunday 2 to 5, you're going to be like, hey, where's the open house? You're not listening.
Well, this one is also the deal of the week. So
it's the deal of the
double
week.
Up. Deal of the week and it's open house.
But yeah, continue.
So there's just been a $40,000 price reduction.
No way.
On this one.
Yeah.
And so it's listed at $755,000. It's a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath.
Yeah.
21 owned solar panels with 2 large batteries and EV charger.
Now, that's very important because I want to segue a little bit with photovoltaic panels, solar panels, PV, whatever. And what that means is you have all kind of different ones. You have power agreements, purchase power agreements where you don't own it. You just capped out on your electrical weight. You have ones where you're leasing it. And then when you move or you decide to go, they can take the panels off, or you got to take the panels off. And then the owned one. By the way, do you think this is on the whatever that plan is from in the beginning?
Oh, like the net metering?
Net metering.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That would be a good question to, so come out to the open house and our agent
We'll get back to you on that.
They'll let you know if it's on the net metering or not.
But the cool thing is that when you have batteries, what happens when you have a power outage?
Your house is not affected.
Yeah, for a while,
Your power just comes right back on.
Yeah, and then if it's such a short duration, you won't even know that the power went off because you're the baller down the street with the batteries. Go ahead, keep going.
So there's a built-in security system.
No way.
Short distance from the beach, and the pink pillbox hike.
You guys know Pink Pillbox hike. If you've never been to that one, go in the evening. It's off of Kaukama Road. Go up that hike. Doesn't matter your athletic ability. If you just take your time, it's a very short hike. You get up to the top, watch the sun go down. Here's Dr. Leonardi's prescription for today to have more fulfillment in your life. Watch more sunsets.
So it was renovated in 2018. And again, it's a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, priced at $755.
No way.
It's on 87325 Haleuma Street in Waianae.
Yeah.
And again, the open house is from 10 to 1. So it's a special
time. So remember,
time.
it's an unusual time. Is that Sunday or what is that? Oh, yeah,
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. And then you reading another one, and then let's go quick.
Yes, and the next one is actually from 2 to 5 on Sunday. This is a brand new home. Actually came on the market Tuesday.
Yeah.
So no showing. So this first open is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Evergreen Terrace, which is in the Mililani Tech Park. Upgraded kitchen, soft close cabinets, and unique penny tile floor. It's wired for surround sound in the living room, perfect for entertainment. Covered lanai to enjoy the cool Mililani breezes.
Yes.
Resort-like amenities, including a sparkling community pool, 2 parking for added convenience, and this is a short sale, sold as is.
Sold as is, what that means. So here's a real quick message to you out there. You bought the home. Maybe you didn't get the 2-3% interest rate. You got the 6% interest rate. But here's what I would tell you, and we're going to be talking about it today. You know what? Let's talk about it right now, because there is somebody that's going to be coming on as a guest. There's somebody that's going to be coming on as a guest, and they're going to be talking about they're going to be talking about the insurance and what's happening with insurance with big condos and why that is going through the roof. And let's just bring that expert on right now. Who is it?
That'll be Bradley Maruyama of Allstate Insurance.
Yes.
His tip of the week.
Yes.
All right. My tip of the week. There's been quite a bit of people asking a lot of questions, attorneys and insurers, about what do you do when a mother, father, or grandparent dies and they're going to pass the house down to you. So what's important to know is that you have to rewrite the policy and get a new one.
Yeah.
Because insurance needs to follow who has the financial interest. So if the person that passes is no longer on planet Earth, the title will probably be in the next person's or the heir's name.
Yeah.
So a new policy needs to be written. But the reason why I said attorney was there was a claim that occurred, and the policy was written in this person's late grandfather's name.
Yeah. And
this carrier, it wasn't Allstate, but they declined coverage because it wasn't covering the correct individual.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Because the grandchild was now living in the property.
But the insurance was in grandpa's name. Yep.
But insurance was in grandpa's name, and most people, they don't realize that these types of things need to be updated. So very important if you're inheriting a property to make sure that you get the correct type of insurance.
You know, Bradley,
So did they deny the claim, even though the insurance had been paid? They denied it because it was in the wrong name?
Yeah, so I told the attorney that I couldn't comment on it because it's not our company, not my policy.
Sure.
So I didn't answer him, but it's just important to know that each company is different, but to make sure that you do insure the property under the correct name. Now, the terminology is called financial interest, so you just got to make sure that the person that has the financial interest has the insurance policy.
Yeah, so they didn't cover it. Again, so recapping in plain English, grandpa gives the property to grandson, or grandson's living in the property. They keep paying the insurance premium every month, but the insurance is still in grandpa's name as the beneficiary. And I remember I actually almost went into insurance, passed the test, everything. I think I did it for a minute. But I remember that what they called the person that the insurance is on, or who's the beneficiary of the insurance, is the insured. I just remember Ed, the word Ed. And so when Ed changes, you got to notify the insurance company. So whoever the insured is the actual person that's living in the home, receiving the benefit. And like you said has the financial interest in the property.
So Bradley, if it's in like an LLC, can you get the insurance in the LLC's name, correct? Or is it the owner of the LLC?
Okay, good question. So not all the carriers will insure LLCs, even if it's a single member, or let's take for an example, a lot of Japanese do, they're titling as Maruyama LLC because I think there's a tax benefit there in Japan, is my understanding.
Yep.
Now, at Allstate, we won't write the LLC.
It's to the person.
Even if it's the individual.
Yeah. You write it to the individual.
Their interpretation that it's still a business under a personal lines policy. So we wouldn't insure it. But there are carriers like RLI that would insure that LLC on a personal lines policy.
Yeah, but then you're tipping over into like commercial policies because it's a business or an entity other than a human being.
Well, we know
that owns the property.
A lot of investors will hold their properties in LLCs, and I guess sometimes the mortgage is in the LLC, sometimes it's not. So it's what you're saying, Bradley, is it's whoever has the financial interest, so whoever the mortgage's name is in needs to be on the policy.
Well, he just said, they're not going to be putting the insurance in the name of the LLC, even if that is the titled owner. It's going to be an individual.
Unless it's a different carrier.
Yeah. But it makes sense. You know what? It doesn't matter, right, Bradley? Whoever your carrier is, you better know the policy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
As we're
tomato,
talking, I got someone
What's that?
I got someone texting me saying that they want to revisit their policies because a lot of people, there's so much change, right?
Yeah.
So, like we always say at the end of my tip of the week, just get your policies reviewed, whether it's by me or your agent, because there could be something you're missing. There could be a discount that's new to the company.
Yeah.
It's always good to review what you got.
Hey, real quick, I just want you to comment on it because we have subscribers and we do send out a video once a month to about 10,000 different people. We do follow up with the people that do watch it. And the question we ask them is, what kind of topics would you like us to cover on the next video? So Sheen, here's the next video. Here we go. Bradley from Allstate Insurance. Here's the question. You ready? Are you sitting down?
I'm driving, but I can answer it.
Okay, so you must be sitting down. I hope you're not standing up and you're not on like on Segway or something. But yeah, you're sitting down. So here's the question. Why are the insurance policies across the nation for condos and homeowners, why are they rising?
Yeah, okay. So, my answer has changed over the last year.
Okay.
Because I used to get this, we've only taken one rate increase prior to this last couple of years.
Yeah.
And so I always thought it was a state or a geographical area that would impact the rates.
Sure.
And that's how it always has been.
Yeah.
Now, the big change is all these things that you see in Maui, in Florida, we have hurricanes. In Texas, we had bad hailstorms last year. And in Kansas, there was a lot of wind and tornado losses. And so all these insurance companies, State Farm, Allstate, First Insurance, Liberty Mutual, they have an insurance company called a reinsurance company. Now, these reinsurance companies are getting hit really hard right now. So they're increasing their rates to the hurricane carriers, to the Allstates. And when those rates are skyrocketing, what Zephyr and Allstate and State Farm is doing is handing over those rate increases to the end users.
Yeah.
So that's what's causing it. Before, I always thought it was just whatever happened in Hawaii happened.
Okay.
Now they're taking into account nationally.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's the reinsurance companies. It's not just Allstate Hawaii. It's taking into account
across the industry. It's across the industry. So if you're owning a condo and you're like, my maintenance fees went from $400 to $1,200, it's most likely not your association, but it's the master plan, the master insurance for the whole condo high rise has gone up because in the industry, a lot of claims it's been a perfect storm, unfortunately, an unperfect storm for the industry with all the claims. You had the Lahaina fires, you got the LA fires, hurricanes, like you said, all of those. There's a lot of checks being written by the industry. And so they've got to make up those outbound payments that they're making by adjusting the premiums. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bradley, it's not that they're greedy. It's just they want to be solvent. What does that mean in plain English? Not going bankrupt.
That's correct.
Because of all the claims they're having to pay.
When you say that, that's with the condo AOLs in general, the associations were trying to keep premiums down, so they increased deductibles in the build-up. Okay? And it's because there was a lot of frequency of claims, big severity and damage. Okay, so there's two things. On the flip side, on the other side, the hurricane insurance has become very costly in hurricane-prone areas like Hawaii and Florida.
Yeah.
So with those two things being affected, the policies have skyrocketed. And in turn, they're trying to find ways to cut costs. But what it did was it indirectly affected the individual or the homeowners in the condo's policy.
Yeah.
Because for every dollar that State Farm and Allstate and Liberty Mutual has taken in, they're paying out $2 in these water claims because the deductibles have gotten so exuberant.
Yep. And we know, in fact, in some states, it's so bad that they're having to put in state-funded insurance, places like Florida and this and that. So it's a challenge. So Thank you for a little bit of the clarity. We won't hold you to it. We know there's a whole bunch of big machinations going out there in behind the scenes of why. At the end of the day, you own one of these condos. You just know your maintenance fees went from $400 to $12, and you're trying to figure out what the solutions are because now you were positive cash flow, now you're negative. But we can help you with that. Right. Thank you, Bradley.
Thank you, Bradley.
Yeah, no problem.
All righty. Okay, and then if somebody needs to get hold of Bradley?
That's Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
Yeah.
He is an expert we trust. You can go to the resource tab on Team Lally, and you can find all of the experts that we trust right there. I'm going to talk about the other two open houses. Okay, so this next one, we just did a big reduction. This is in Eva Beach. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath unit.
Yeah.
Move-in ready. It's, again, from 2 to 5. It's over at the Palm Villas in Eva Beach, 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Just under 500 square feet. And it has 1 covered parking. The home is located toward the edge of the community. So very easy to do street parking as well. So if you have extra cars or visitors, they could park there or in the guest parking. There's so much parking there.
Street parking is important.
It is. And it's just close, right? And then there's a pool, barbecue grills. It's close to school, shopping, and the rail for an easy commute.
Yeah.
And listed now at $405,000.
No way.
Yes, and the maintenance fees too aren't terrible.
What's the maintenance fees?
They're like mid 400s.
Mid 400s. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then this next one is another newly reduced price.
Yeah.
This is in Kapolei from 2 to 5. It's listed at $1,050,000.
Oh.
6 bedrooms, 4 bath, and it's in Lower Makakilo.
Lower Makakilo?
Yeah.
Is that below Upper Makakilo?
Yes. And
but still below Middle Makakilo.
Correct.
Okay.
So this one has 3 primary suites with full baths and split ACs, 24 owned solar panels, spacious layout with plenty of room for large families. There is no HOA fees.
No HOA fees. Okay.
Easy access to highways, shopping, dining, and top-rated schools.
All right. Hey, let's do our. Can you get the deal of the week? And let's get through that.
We did the deal of the week.
We did the deal of the week. Well, I think we talked about the open house, but
we did the deal of the week.
Did we talk about it separately?
Time to take a break. Yes,
yeah.
we did.
Okay. When we come back, we'll talk about the deal of the week as a separate piece of information in our radio show, so it can get out there to all the people that are looking for it. But when we come back, we're going to have who we're going to have as our guest here is. We're going to have Christopher Muraoka, Navy veteran entrepreneur and sales representative for District 45. We'll explore SureCan. That's his business, his innovative business, its impact on the community, and his vision for the district. Stay
with us.
How would you touch up your home if you had an extra $10,000? Would you paint, fix the lawn, make small repairs? All of the above will increase the value of your home if you're planning on selling. That's exactly why my friends Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu, offered a 10K program. Carr didn't hesitate to take advantage of this advance to fix up his Makakilo investment property. And good thing, the repairs he made with the extra money put the home in escrow just 2 weeks later. Team Lally uses programs like the Team Lally 10K to guarantee your home sells at the price and a deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. They also know that life happens, so if needed, they'll let you out of the contract at any time. So when you need to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama, trust Adrian and Attilio of Team Lally to do the job for you. Call 808-799-9596. That's 808-799-9596. Visit teamlally.com. Spelled Lally, Lally.
Taking one cash offer for your home doesn't have to be your only option. I'm Barbara Corcoran, and especially in today's current market, having a local real estate agent who offers great marketing and options that are customized to fit your needs is smart. In Honolulu, the agents I trust are Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi. They can give you a guarantee to sell your home, flexible fees, or up to $10,000 in cash to help with repairs.
Get the option that's right for you. Go to teamlally.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here with the only real estate team in your market that I recommend. Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. Now, thanks for joining me today. On average, how long is too long for a listed home to be on the market before a seller should at least consider hiring a different agent?
30 days. Yes, Sean, 30 days. If you're not getting an offer during the honeymoon period, the first 30 days, sellers need to be going in a different direction.
In fact, Sean, if we are not getting you offers in the first 30 days, fire us and pay nothing. We'll put that in writing. We know that if the agent and the homeowner has done their job, then the offer in 30 days is realistic.
All right, thanks for keeping us up to date. Put the most experience and the best marketing to work for you. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And if you have any questions, you can call us at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Our guest today is proud Waianae native, Navy veteran and successful entrepreneur, a graduate of Waianae High School's class of 1995. He is the founder of SureCan LLC, employing over 40 workers across Oahu, and is dedicated years to coaching youth football and supporting the Waianae High School football team.
Now serving as the State House Representative for District 45, he is committed to tackling rising crime and homelessness while restoring unity and aloha to his community. Please welcome our guest, Christopher Muraoka.
Go Sea Riders.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Chris. All right.
Hi, how are you? How are you folks?
Good. How was that intro? Was that all? Was it accurate? Was it you? I think it was.
Oh man, you guys making me want to meet the guy you guys introduced.
Yes, that's it. We always I know when I've ever been introduced, it's always weird to hear all your accomplishments, because I know a servant person like you is not paying attention to that stuff, and you're just serving. So good job with everything that you've done.
I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah. All right. So Adrienne's got a question for you.
Well, I know that we've got two topics here. Yeah. One with your House Representative for District 45 and all of the wonderful things that you're doing. Let's start with that, and then we'll move on over to the SureCan.
Okay.
So, what's the question?
So give us an update. I mean, we hear that what you're committed to. What are your biggest initiatives, and how can the community get involved? And
first of all, before we get started, where is District 45? Where does that cover? So listeners will be like, "Where's District 45?"
So District 45 covers all of Waianae and Makaha.
Oh, nice.
So from if some of our listeners are familiar with the Waianae Coast, it basically covers from the comprehensive, or that canal that's on the side of the comprehensive.
Yeah.
From that side all the way to Kaiana Point.
All right.
Yeah. And then from the ocean to the mountain.
So if seagulls could vote, every time you would win, because they're your constituents in the reserve out there in Kaiana Point.
They got a nice little pad out there that nobody can go bother them.
I know.
What do you call it?
Sanctuary. It's really nice out there.
Sanctuary, yeah.
And so we know where the area is. Whenever we interview people that are in the political arena, I always like to ask the question that every layperson, every constituent out there is thinking. Are you ready to hear what your constituents are thinking?
I absolutely am.
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to hear the deep down, honest conversation.
Yeah.
I tell you, for me, I'm not a politician.
Yes.
And I don't intend on being one.
Yeah.
I ran for this position out of my deep love and concern for the problems that my community had.
Yeah.
As you folks had mentioned with SureCan, I have a pretty decent life. I enjoyed my life.
Yeah.
But I teach my children, I teach my employees.
Yeah.
Don't grumble about something you're not willing to
participate in.
Correct.
Yeah.
And with all of the crime, the homeless, and a lot of the other issues going on in my community, I found myself grumbling a lot.
Yeah.
So it was practice what you preach, Chris.
Yeah.
So here I am.
And by the way, for you listeners, grumbling all over social media with no solutions or participation in the situation is not helpful. That is not doing anything. All you're doing is creating more of a negative narrative. So I challenge all you folks, if you're going to post something on social media, what's the solution and what you doing about it? So here's what
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We're very like-minded. Go ahead.
Complaining, whining, and blaming.
Yeah.
Are three of the easiest things in the world to do.
Yes. Doesn't take any energy to do that. My big pet peeve too is people commenting on social media and hiding behind an alias
or anonymous.
You know, pissed off Jerry from Waianae, pissed off Jerry from Waianae 292 is not something I want to get in a dialogue with. But if you put your first and your last name, your real first and last name, we have a conversation with two adults as we would face to face. I wouldn't be dialoguing face to face with Cosmic Muddy 99. No, unless I was at Comic-Con or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny that you say that because that's kind of what I tell everybody, right? Yeah. I live by a few simple values, and the first one that I learned from a gentleman called Uncle Steve.
Yes.
He's from Kauai, nice gentleman, very successful. I met Uncle Steve 12 years, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
And Uncle Steve gave me some advice that has just carried me, helped me build my company, helped me even as I sit on this phone call with you today.
Yes.
And it was simple advice. It was keep everything you do principle, not personal.
Yes.
And it, like what you said about people hiding behind their aliases. People need to understand that we can have these adult disagreements and still like one another.
Yes.
Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean you have to not like them.
Yes.
It's just if you have disagreements, instead of continuing the disagreement, how about work on a compromise and share the same end goal?
Yeah. So here's the constituents, what they're thinking. I'm reading their minds right now, Chris, and here's what the question is. For me, as someone that lives in that community, what specifically are you doing in your arena that will trickle down and affect me in my day-to-day life? That's literally the question I always ask for anybody in the political arena.
And then also, how can I get involved?
Yes.
Well, those two questions are very, very good questions that have actually been asked to me. So
good.
I kind of, what I'm doing is we're working, we're working very hand in hand with not only our sheriff's department, but our police department, as well as community leaders out in the community.
Yeah.
And, thankfully, if you look at the last 2 months, our crime numbers have gone down.
Good.
And it's about, the whole campaign, see something, do something.
Yes.
See something, say something.
Yes.
The police, our police department, which, unfortunately, I just absolutely love the men and women in blue.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they get so much of the blame.
Yeah.
They are no different than you and me, just trying to make a living. It's their job. And unfortunately, they're close to 400 people short.
Woo.
They're short-staffed. They're short-handed.
Yeah.
So they're trying to do what they can with what they can.
Yeah.
And if we can help them by, hey, I saw this, or hey, I saw that, it'll help them get it done. Yeah. But now I also understand by talking to constituents, people are afraid. Sometimes people are afraid of retaliation.
Yeah, retribution.
And that's where we have to put, and that's where we have to put a lot of the, a lot of the weight on the court system, the judiciary system.
Yeah.
As if they pick up a criminal, they have to punish him.
Yes.
And they have to hold them accountable for the crimes that they do.
Sure.
Now, granted, granted, 2 out of every 10 are, false claims and or, inaccurate. But again, our judiciary system has to step it up and has to do their job.
Yeah.
They cannot keep slapping these people on the wrist because it gives you a false sense of, oh, why, they're not going to do nothing.
Yeah. And we don't want
I can get away with it.
We need consequences.
So with the crime, that's number one that we're doing, and number two, we got a lot of really good announcements coming up shortly here in the next few months.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but it's in regards to our big problem of homeless out there. And, you know, in Waianae, our people in Waianae have our strength and our weakness is the exact same thing, and it's compassion.
Yeah.
Our compassion is our strength. People in Waianae are a different type of people.
Yeah.
We have so little, but we're willing to give it up on any given moment to help someone else.
Yes.
So that's our strength. And now our compassion, because we are willing to give up, because we want to help, outside forces, outside people take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And then we're always held down.
Yeah.
But, you know, so getting back to the homeless thing, we do have a lot of big announcements that make our community, I think, very, very, very happy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let it out of the bag. It's we're working with our senator, our council member, as well as our neighboring representative. We have a lot of big things that our community is going to be excited about. But, I mean, when we do fix these things, it'll open our beaches back up. It'll give us a place to go and relax. Coming from Waianae, you know, I remember a time where, and you know, it's about our poverty level, right? You know, it's growing up in Waianae, you could take your whole family down the beach, 2 loaves of bread, couple cans tuna, bag of chips, and that's a whole day at the beach. Have fun, play, make memories. Mom and dad have a couple beers, and it was a family event. You know, the overwhelming filth of the homeless, you know, and when I say homeless, there's different homeless. Yeah, there's homeless who society has put them there that don't want to be there, and then there's homeless that just the entitled homeless. They think the world owes them something, you know.
There's another category. It's my kids when they come home between college breaks and they sleep on my couch.
I got 3 of them myself. I know what you mean.
They're like, hey, go pull weeds. You got to earn your keep.
So, you know, we got to give the people, we got to give our families, we got to give our community a place to go and unwind. Relax.
Where they can
our
be.
Previous, you know, it's our 2 of our most beloved beaches out there, Yokes and, you know, Pray for Sex. They lock them down. They shut them down. You know, those were places where the locals can come out there and go camping. And again, it's family, right? Auntie, uncle, cousins, you got 20, 30 people in one campsite just carrying on over the whole weekend. They're creating memories. We're starving for that. You know, mom and dad have to go to work, sometimes 2 jobs, right? So the family, the values and the traditional family time is so stretched thin because of how expensive it is.
And it's a narrow window. We want to make good quality time of that narrow window. Adrian, you had a question.
Oh, I wanted to go back to the crime, and you had mentioned people are afraid for fear of the retaliation. And I was just curious, are you guys doing any kind of initiatives with the Crime Stoppers? We've had Crime Stoppers on our show a couple times, and it's a great program. So, like, how active is Crime Stoppers with the crime in Waianae?
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest. We haven't reached out. We have reached out. We're waiting on a confirmation on a meeting. But I'll use any resources available. We're not proud. You know, we're not going to say this resource is better than that one. We're not going to say yes or no to any help that wants to come in.
Any help is better than zero.
Yes. As long as the shared vision of the end goal aligns, then that's what we want.
And keep in mind, folks, nobody likes HPD when they're pulling you over and giving you a ticket. Nobody likes HPD when you're going through the DUI checkpoint. But when your neighbor is going nuts, they're your most favorite people to show up so they can get them all settled down. So I would say let's stop picking and choosing. By the way, if you're getting a speeding ticket, you're the one that deserves it. Not the officer's not giving you a speeding ticket. It's a response to your behavior. Same thing with the DUI. So speaking now, I know that working as a representative for District 45, the income is really taking you into the huge baller lifestyle. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're doing this for your community.
Again, like I said, I love my community.
Yeah. So let's talk about other things, because at the end of the day, the pay from that is not going to be sending your kids to Yale. So it's more about you giving back to the community. But let's support you as a business owner in our community who's employing people in our community. Let's talk about SureCan. That sounds almost like pigeon. Hey, you can do this. SureCan. But what is SureCan? Tell us more about it. I know what it is, but tell the listeners, what is your business?
You know, I'm glad you started off like that, because that is exactly how
it is.
Came about.
Okay.
SureCan is my attitude.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And, you know, so SureCan is a service providing company. We provide many different services. We have landscapers, janitors, food service workers.
Wow.
We do facility maintenance. I have a specialized welding shop. I'm a state certified repair facility.
Yep.
So it's a services, and it's basically, again, it goes back to my roots, right?
Yeah.
You grow up in Waianae, you know, we cannot afford to go take our car to Goodyear if the check engine light comes on.
I know.
Or if you get one rattling noise, right? So you learn how to fix it. You make do. And, you know, so that's where we're at. SureCan is my attitude.
Yeah.
And I still till today, one of the things my wife likes to poke at me, and a lot of my friends, they poke at me, is the only thing I sure cannot do is say no.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to work with you on that. We have a 12-step program. I work with City Councilman Augie Toba on that. That. On a serious note, when I was coaching with him for just organizational efficiency, I said, my homework assignment to him every day, because he's just like you, I want to know about 2 things you said no to. Because a lot of times it's not saying yes to everything, but saying no to the things so that you can focus on the things that you have said yes to. So your wife called me. She told me to share this with you to support your 12-step program on saying no. And it's not that you don't want to help. It's just you want to focus on the things that you do want to do.
So with SureCan, is it only in Waianae, or do you guys service the whole island?
Yeah, with these services.
So we service the whole island. We have a small spot on Maui as well as in
wow. Nice.
You know, and one of my goals is to actually branch off out onto the U.S. mainland and just try.
Yeah.
You know.
Go for it.
I just want to. I'm not educated at all. I have a high school diploma from the best high school in the state. You know, and I have
riders.
Go see riders, and I have some training from when I was in the Navy.
Yeah.
But that's the extent of my education. A lot of what I do have is common sense.
Yeah. Which unfortunately is not very common, but we're working on that.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's talk about your business. Let me ask you something. Are you always looking for talented people to come join your company?
We are currently looking for talented people. I am hiring for landscapers as we speak. I'm about 7 bodies short.
Okay. Here's what I would tell you people out there. The only reason, now I know there are going to be exceptions to what I say, so don't get all upset. But I'm going to tell you right now, the only reason why we have people not working is it's choosing not to work, because here's 7 opportunities. My mom used to always tell me this. She never used to tell me that, but it just sounds better when you start it that way. My mom always used to tell me this. There should be no unemployment because McDonald's is always hiring. So, okay, so you got 7. And then where they're going to be based out of? James Campbell?
No, so I have employment opportunities right now for Bellows Air Force Base in Waimanalo.
Oh, nice.
I have opportunities for Kayana Point Satellite Tracking Station.
Oh, wow.
You know, and then I have shop openings in Campbell Industrial Park.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm trying to actively hire for CDL drivers for my trucks.
Okay.
You know, we're always hiring Yes, we're always hiring certified mechanics. I'm 7 bodies short just on the landscape side. I could use, you know,
you can use more people.
Where I'm not working.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where can they go? What's the website?
So they can go onto they can email us. Our website is currently on under construction.
Okay, it's on vacation. It's in the Bahamas right now, but it's coming back one day. Okay.
Eventually, right? But
well, yeah,
it's still live. They can log on to SureCanHI.com.
Yeah,
it's still live, but even though it's under construction.
Sure.
But and then it's got all our information there.
Yeah. What's the email?
So email is info@SureCanHI.com.
All right. So
let me they can reach our office at 808-840-0882.
0882. And I'll repeat that for the people out there. They're like, hey, my nephew, he's on my couch. He needs to go to get one of these jobs. The number is 8 for your nephew or niece, 840-0882, 840-0882. Adrian, what's the email?
info@SureCanHawaii.com.
All right. Chris, we're our show it goes so fast. It's like Krispy Kreme donuts. Next thing you know, you ate 3 of them and no more any left. Can you tell? I like Krispy Kreme.
You eat more than 3.
I eat more than 3. Hey! Don't be outing me with how much. No,
you cannot be giving out the secrets like that.
But it's my kryptonite, Krispy Kreme donuts. I literally would just be at the end of the conveyor belt going, and it's just falling in my mouth. That's a reoccurring dream.
It's so funny you say that. Atilio, it's so funny you say that because me and my kids all agree that Krispy Kremes aren't as good fresh as they are 6 hours old.
There you go.
For some reason, when they sit down, they just taste so much better.
Yeah, that's what I say.
They got to settle.
They got to settle. They got to ferment. They got to gel. It's kind of like wine, we will serve no Krispy Kreme before its time, just like wine. So if one thing that you haven't shared with our listeners regarding your role in the government and one thing regarding your company, if you, as we're wrapping it up, what would be those 2 things that you'd like to share with our listeners that we haven't talked about yet?
As far as my position at the Capitol as a representative, it's just working with my community.
Yeah.
I realize that as part of the minority caucus, there's not very much we're going to get done.
Yeah.
But that doesn't deter me from trying.
Yes.
It doesn't deter me from, working with all of the other representatives and finding common ground.
Yeah.
Like I said, as long as everybody shares the vision of a better Hawaii, there's got to be something we agree on. Mm-hmm. It might not be everything. It might not be most things, but there's got to be something we agree on. And we can start there.
I was talking with President Abraham Lincoln the other day, and you know what he told me? He said, Abraham, I said, Mr. Lincoln, if you could give me one piece of wisdom, what would it be? And he said this: you can keep some of the people happy some of the time, but you're never going to keep all of the people happy all of the time. That's one of my favorite quotes from when I visited with Abraham Lincoln in a book. And then what about SureCan? What's the final message you want to share with people regarding your company?
If you're a good, hard, honest worker looking for a full-time job at a great company, give us a shot. Give us a call. Our company is really family built. We are, I think, at current capacity right now, we have 44 full-time employees.
Nice.
And we're still short-handed.
Yeah.
I think in the 13 years that I've owned that I've been in business with SureCan, we've had maybe 2 people quit.
Oh wow!
Because of unhappiness.
Oh wow!
So I'm very proud of that.
That's a great track record.
We've had people. Yes, we've had people quit because they found a job. One of our good workers left for the Masons Union, and I always encourage. If you leave me for somewhere better, you have all my blessings. Use me as a resume. I always help. I understand that sometimes my pay isn't as great as someone else's, and if you leave me for something better, you can always use me as a reference.
Nice, because
I don't
you're
ever
building them
hold
up.
anyone back.
You're building them.
Yeah, I don't believe in holding them back.
No.
But we do pay pretty fair. I mean, according to market value, we actually pay a little bit more than some of our competitors. So, in the 13 years that we've been around, there's been 2 people that I can think of right now that quit because they were unhappy.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, Adrian and I are employers. We have 29 people in our organization, and we always remind ourselves, it's not our responsibility to make you a happy person if you just grouchy to begin with. I'm not saying these 2 people was grouchy, but we're responsible for creating a culture and an environment where you have no excuse to be happy. Not like, my boss, he's so mean. No, I would always be surprised because we pour, right? When you pour into the people, what follows, Adrian?
The profits.
When you focus on profits, what leaves? People. So good job on you. You focused on the people, and the profits are following. Adrian?
Well, thank you, Chris, for being our guest. It was so great to learn more about what you're doing there for the community and about your company.
Yeah, we're going to have you again for an update.
Yes.
We'll have you on again for an update. Okay?
Let us know. We'll be glad to come back.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll tell you right now, so if people want to get a job, it's the info@surecanhi.com. The phone number 840-0882. I was talking with Chris the other day.
Or if you need to hire them, you make sure you go to the website, see all the different services that are offered, or send an email.
And by the way, there are 3 things Chris told me he's looking for in his people. They got to be humble, they got to be hungry, and they got to be smart. All right.
Thank
you, Chris.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for having me on.
We'll have you back on again. For sure.
Yes.
Sure
I look
can.
forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Sure can.
All righty.
All right. So we've got about a minute left. And I also want to remind our listeners that Team Lally is also hiring. And our link is jointeamlally.com.
Give it to him again.
jointeamlally.com.
Wait. The pen just ran out. One more time.
jointeamlally.com.
Yeah, you can start the process. It's a pretty thorough process, and whether you get through it or not, I guarantee you'll be a better person coming out the other end.
All right, well, thanks for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Jody and Derek with Pacific Rim Mortgage.
Bradley with Allstate Insurance.
Kenji with Pillar to Post Home Inspections.
John with Kilauea Pest Control.
Duke with Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Robinson, Fine Line Paintworks.
Amphi with Estate Planning Group.
Jason Wu, Attorney at Law.
Rhino with Hawaii Unified.
Janice of Dreamhouse Drafting.
Fabio with Hawaii Water Damage Restoration.
Kyle with Impact Wealth.
And Brian with Cleanscape LLC. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, all you got to do is go to teamlally.com.
We also want to give a big thank you to Leah Rodriguez, our producer here in the studio.
Yee-hoo!
Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life
forever. This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price and or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks and aloha.
The preceding program was sponsored by Team Lally.